Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitriani, Class B English Education Department, batch 2019, and high school material is about descriptive text. Definition of descriptive text. Basically, descriptive text is a text that aims to explain, describe, or describe something. This thing can take the form of anything, be it animals, objects, location, and so on. Descriptive texts are usually characterized by the use of the AC, tense, and focus on one specific object. The object is then discussed again in more detail in the descriptive text. Then what is the difference with recount text? At a glance you will see an example of recount text, which then retells a story that have faded in the past. Using the AC first, will descriptive text describes something in more detail. Generic structure descriptive text. The purpose of descriptive text is to describe, express, and also describe a characteristic, be it objects, animals, places, and others. Descriptive text is also made without doing detailed research beforehand, so the writer only needs to write a story based on what he saw and heard. Identification. Identification is an introduction in the form of a general description of a topic. For example, my supporter is the Duke of Edinburgh. He is my acquaintance. My best friend is the Duke of Edinburgh. Okay, State is my classmate. Description contains special characteristics possessed by object, places, or how an object is described. For example, properties, physical appearance, and other things which are then written down specifically. Characteristic of descriptive text. The characteristic of the descriptive text itself include: Number 1, the verb used is an attribute verb such as be, I am, is, are. Number 2, the tense used is AC tense. And number 3, only focus one object only. Elements of descriptive text. Number 1, noun using a specific phraseable nouns such as my cat, my swain, monument. In addition, often also use adjective to clarify the use of nouns or nouns such as again, host, a sensible student, associate, degree, independence, lady. Number 2, simple tense using the basic verb or the first form verb 1, and using the verb participle can show the ownership or state of an object. Descriptive text uses AC tense because descriptive text tells a fact of the Iranian language object that is described. For example, my workplace has 22 floors, Aska is 40, and others. Number 3, action verbs. Using the verb participle shows an activity or an activity the participle can see. For example, sleep, walk, sing, dance, and others. Number 4, figurative language using Indonesian participle figurative or describing something, usually using a metaphor to illustrate to the reader. For example, my love for you is as massive because the ocean. My love for you is as wide as the ocean. Her skin is as white because of the snow. Teaching descriptive writing. Describe a person. Tell about their physical appearance. Tell about their personality. Try to add something special about the person. Language feature commonly used in descriptive text. The use of simple present tense, specific participant, object, the use of simple present tense, action verb, verbs that show an activity, for example, run, sleep, walk, get, eat, characteristic. Description sentence example, he called the station and reported the description of the vehicle. Henry was a good description. She noted how he obtained a full description of the man and his vehicle and the license plate number. A few examples of personal essay topic might be describing the experience of a long nature hike through beautiful surroundings, explaining the things you love about your favorite sport or game, reflection on your birthday, and all the things that have shaped you in the past. Description is a detailed meaning of a concept or a phenomenon, whereas definition is a short meaning of a concept or a phenomenon. This is the main difference between the two words. The best introduction start with a hook like a rhetorical question or a bold statement. After your hook, provide global context and outline questions that your essay will seek to tackle. Your thesis statement shall come at the end of the introduction. Write body paragraphs. A descriptive paragraph provides a vibrant experience for the reader through favorite language and descriptions of something, unlike narrative paragraphs, which must include personal thoughts, feelings, and growth. Descriptive paragraphs do not need to be personal in nature. The four types are: number one, location description; number two, character description; number three, action description; number four, emotion description. A topic sentence that identifies the topic and briefly explains its significance. Supporting sentence that describe the topic in specific, vivid ways using the details you have listed during brainstorming. A consolidating sentence that cancels back to the topic significance. Good descriptive writing includes many vivid sensory details that paint a picture and appeals to all of the reader's senses of sight, hearing, touch, smell, and texture when appropriate. Descriptive writing may also paint pictures of the feelings the person place ordering in focus in the writer. Descriptive writing is a literary device in which the author uses the child to paint a picture with their words. This process will provide readers with descriptions of people, places, objects, and even through the use of suitable details. This is the main difference between the words. It is interesting to note that the word describe aims at explaining something in full or in detail. On the other hand, the word discuss aims at talking about something in order to prove it. In English, the verb to discuss does not need the profession about before the direct object, in this case, the weather. I think I know the cause of the problem, and it is the verb to tell about something, and to discuss something mean the same in English. Take a look in the dictionary. Discuss means to have a conversation about or tell about a particular topic, especially to examine it more closely, debate it, or figure out a solution. You can discuss something with another person or multiple people, or you can discuss something by talking or writing about it for an audience. The definition of a description is a statement that gives details about someone or something. An example of description is a story about the places visited and a family trait noun. You will hear a lot of native speakers use me as a subject pronoun and say, me and my mom love movies. It is common to hear this is informal spoken English. However, many people consider this to be incorrect. By opening ourselves up to discussion of new ideas and opinions, even ones that we disagree with, we get a deeper understanding of topic and issues that we may otherwise take for granted. Information shared through conversation could change our points of view or validate our original stance, which there is a really easy way to tell if you shall be using one or the other. It doesn't work all the time, but it will have with many situations. If you think it may be which, try adding the words of your or of and another pronoun right after it if that works, which is the correct choice.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you all? Happily given health and strength so that you can learn and be enthusiastic. My name is Musriha. I am from Class B English Department, batch 2019, and High School Material about descriptive definition and function of descriptive text. In English, there are different types of text. One of them is descriptive text. Descriptive text or descriptive text is a text that explains or describes a person, animal, or an object in terms of this shape, nature, number, and so on. The purpose of descriptive text. Example of descriptive text: the sunset filled the wall and the sky with the deep color of rabbit setting the cloud ablaze. Okay, as for example of describe test about places. Adapun contoh deskripsi test tentang tempat. Singapore is a Southeast Asian country location between Malaysia and Indonesia. Despite its small size, Singapore is known for its translation as a dear war country to the first war country. Singapore also was known as the Asian tiger economy based on external trade and its workforce. Singapore's size is not as big as Indonesia, but the city ranks high in numerous international ranking for its education, entertainment, finance, healthcare, human capital, innovation, logistics, manufacturing, technology, tourism, street, and transport. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I'm sure you guys understand enough that if I ask the question, are there any question? Okay, that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.